this could be. Maybe some sort of box of chow. Crap! You did not see anything. Guess I've really done it this time. Oh well. You're not exactly supposed to be going through your stocking before Christmas. Kids, don't try this at home. I'm such a terrible role model, aren't I? Hey, wait a sec. Speaking of Christmas, didn't I have to read... Oh, yes, I did. I had to keep walking and watch this very... let's move on. It's That Guy Walking By here. And this is Christmas. And you know what that means. I've got to celebrate the holiday by reading a story that you guys have voted for in the Facebook polls. That is, if you liked the Facebook page. That, or you've probably contacted me somehow, someway, somewhere. Oh well. So you may be wondering, well, what story am I going to read? Well, boy oh boy, do I have a story for you. Yes, I do. His name is the Grinch, and one year he got so fed up with Christmas that he decided to steal it from all the Who's. You know what the story is, I bet. I gotta adjust my hat because of it. It's called How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Here we go. Well, skipping ahead here majorly. Here we are. Here we go. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on just right. Or maybe it was perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's. Haters gonna hate, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lady windows below in their town. But he knew that every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. And I bet they're hanging their stockings too, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Oh no. And he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I've gotta find somewhere to keep Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew that all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then all the noise. You know something? That's just one thing he hated. That noise. I don't know why I did that. But I know that the next thing they'll do is they'll sit down to a feast. And they'd feast. And they'd feast. And they'd feast. They'd feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which is a feast that the Grinch could not stand in the least. That's not all. Then they'd do something he hated most of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing, of course. Then they'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing their wonderful Daru Dora's chorus. And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. You know something? The more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, table flip. I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch, capital letters, all caps. In fact, the Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat as he threw together a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. He chuckled and clucked.
Yeah, what a great Grinchy trick. Why, with this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. Perfect. Now all I need's a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch?
If you're thinking no, then you're exactly right.
The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. Max. So he called his dog Max, and he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. And then he took some bags and old empty sacks, and he loaded them onto a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max to it. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up!" And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care when he came to the first little house on the square.
They were probably dreaming of sugar plum fairies dancing, probably. I don't know what these Who's were dreaming.
This is stop number 1, Max, my old boy. The old Grinchy Claus hissed as he climbed to the roof with empty bags in his fists. Then he slid down the chimney. A rather tight pinch. Hey, Santa can do it, and so can the Grinch. Ah! Blasted water weight. It was right to my hips. He got stuck only once, for a minute or two, as you probably just heard there. Then he stuck his head out. The fireplace flew where all the little Who stockings hung on a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room as he took every present. Here we go.
Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums.
He stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's face. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleared out the icebox as quick as a flash. The Grinch took their last can of Who hash. I feel bad for these guys. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I shall stuff up the tree. And he grabbed the tree, started to shove, when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast, and he saw a small Who. Little Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?"
That old Grinch was so smart and so slick that he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the old Grinchy Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and I'll bring it back here. Do you want me to get you some water, my dear?"
And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, got her a drink, and set her to bed. Nighty-night, sucker. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cub, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. He went up the chimney himself right then, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. You know, the last speck of food he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. I'm not sure about the whole Cindy Lou Who bit, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. It was 1:15 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, the tinsel, the trimmings, and the trappings. 3,000 feet up, the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load, tip-top to dump it. "Po-po to the Who's," he was grinchishly humming. "They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise," grinned the Grinch, "that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear. He did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow.
But this sound wasn't sad. Why, the sound sounded merry. It can't be so, but it was. Merry, very. He stared down at Whoville, the Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook, because what he saw and heard were both shocking surprises. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing, without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came, somehow or other, it came just the same. And then the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled for 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more.
You know what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
And the minute that his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he pulled that sleigh out with all his might and whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. He brought back all the toys and the food for the feast.
He himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. That is definitely one of my most favorite Christmas classic stories ever. Well, not only because it's Dr. Seuss, but because there's a pretty good lesson here. Christmas doesn't just come from a store. It means a little bit more. I'm sure you could figure that out yourself. But speaking of Christmas, I hope you all are having a very Merry Christmas with your family and friends, because I sure am this year, and I'm not going to be a Grinch. I hope you aren't either. But that's it for me for about another year, literally, because New Year's right around the corner. Thank you all for watching and listening, and for now, keep on walking till 2014. See you guys. What to do? Hey, I better protect them presents from the Grinch. Uh-oh. That means I have to open them. I can't do that. Oh, I have to, though. Alright, so let's see. Which one can I open first? Hey, what are you doing? Go. Shoo now. Goodbye. Go. Just go. Go to another video. Do something. Gotta protect all these presents from the Grinch. Oh, screw it!
This isn't it. We still got credits to go through. But hey, if you don't feel like sitting through credits, go ahead. Go somewhere else. Go spend time with your family. I deeply encourage it. It's Christmas. I hope you all are having a very Merry Christmas, by the way, like I said earlier. And for now, keep on walking. Merry Christmas.